Good morning. I am Jan Cercone at Sound and Light Healing Arts here at a little bird's loft apartment at the Light Loft here in Nevada City, California. I have these video chat room meditations every Wednesday morning, and they have one purpose: to help humans understand that they are actually messengers and visitors here. Not all humans, but the beings that I work with that are spiritually awakening, that we have a resonance with. I feel that the information that I'm bringing through in ways to understand this, is this a word, divinization process of embodying and allowing and imagining and believing that you are a divine being and that you can embody this higher frequency profile to allow others to understand and know, and you can teach them how to do the same. I do know that every blade of grass, every ant, every living thing, every growing thing on this planet is a divine, beautiful, energetic creation. But I am speaking to a specific composite of human who is here, who knows that they are here to bring something. And their whole life, it's been kind of ruminating in their energetic field and in their heart, but they have not known what it is. It's like there's been a veil. And it's like sometimes it pushes against all your belief systems and who you are and what you believe about yourself. And sometimes it becomes unbearable how difficult life is here and how to navigate something that you never imagined that could happen to you, and that you made your life on a certain path and story that felt safe and felt smart, and suddenly you even have to attach from a successful life. Because what you have contracted for is not same old on earth. I often use the picture of Dorothy in the Wizard of Oz. She goes on this journey and she is taken into a cyclone of change and set down into a new world to do what? To cleanse away all of her thoughts that she does not have what it takes to understand who she is and get what she needs. So she meets all these characters along the way. And this is what we are doing now. We're in a spiritual hurricane, tornado. We each have our own personal tornado, and it can feel horrific sometimes. We can't even breathe as we are caught up and things hit against us. So the idea is stay in the eye of that tornado. The whole world is being bathed in cyclic hurricanes of accelerated frequencies. And you have your own little energy field tornado. And again, you can't breathe, you're hitting up against things. So the idea is to stay in the middle of that tornado, perfectly still, witnessing and knowing confidently, with the support of other awakening beings, that this is exactly what is needed. If something is a miscreation, we need people to wake up and say, this is a miscreation. This world, the social systems, the money systems, the relationship ideas perpetrated by the media and our parents are wrong. They do not work. They are actually very toxic. So we can only do that in the eye of the storm. And of course, the eye of the storm is being connected very, very powerfully to our own divine light and knowing. It is like a diamond in your heart that moves with the facetry of experience. And every time you have a new experience, you let the divine light shine through and say, oh, gosh, I see the shadow in that. I see what's not working. I see that person is digging in their heels and trying to maintain control because I am standing in my truth, and that frightens them because they have been a very controlling, dominating person for so long and felt that I was part of their merry-go-round, and I have stepped off their merry-go-round, and that has frightened them. I see some heads nodding. This is our topic today, ladies. How we have given ourselves over to, there is a word for this, codependent relationships. What does codependence mean? I do for you and you do for me. And in a certain way, subconsciously, we have bought into this relationship, which may have been helpful to a certain part in our journey when we didn't feel that we had the vibration that this other person has. This other person has the skills, the voicing, the this, whatever. And it's just like Dorothy at the end of the movie where she clicks her shoes and Glenda the Good Witch says, you had the power all along. She gave away her power. The whole community gave away her power to the wizard. The all-powerful, I can fix it, I can do it for you. Meanwhile, he is running the entire fake facade projection system of creating a consensus reality within all of Emerald City. At this time, in our evolution as humans and relationships, we are finding that we ourselves know the highest truth because each truth is different for each person. So it's okay, and we forgive ourselves that we needed to dance and learn with this person a vibration that we didn't have. For instance, you may merge if you are feeling that you are a female. I'll use myself, a female from an Irish background who has been kind of co-opted by the Catholic Church. I met a woman at a little fast food place when I traveled to Ireland on a spiritual tour, and she was at the counter and she looked hopeless, in despair. And so I began to talk to her, and this story came out. She had taken on, through the Catholic Church, a feeling of worthlessness, that she was a sinner. And then beyond that, that the male authority system of the church and her husband, that she was completely powerless. Now, she tended to go along with it and live with it until her oxygen and lifeline of sustainability was cut. And sometimes that's what it takes for us to wake up, get angry, and to get our own vibration from source to get whole. What happened was her husband met someone with a pretty smile and decided that his wife, who had been there serving him as a co-creative partner for 40 years, he turned her in for a new model. So this disappointment and anger in her, I just sat there and prayed with her at this little stinky fast food place that she could release him for what he needed to do, and that this was her time of, they call it menopause for a reason, that the feminine heart can open to creation and begin to merge in creative, co-creative ways with source to bring something very rich and new and powerful out into the world. So often, middle-aged women are couched in our society as troublemakers, too powerful, because they're not so malleable. Now, the women with gray hair, this is, of course, I'm speaking of archetypes, and all of this is changing. But I'm laying the groundwork for what I'm going to bring forth of the solution, okay? Of how we can re-manage our vibrational field and how all of these things work. So we all have done this to a certain degree, and I'll tell you how we attract in those who we become codependent with. We are raised in families where there are limited vibrational fields. We may have a mother who didn't love us, and we go searching for someone to provide and protect or give us the nurturing. If you had wounding with your father, you are searching desperately for a man to provide and protect and to fill that void within you. You may grow up feeling unsafe, moving around, and searching for a man to lean against, and that is expressed in your voice. The vibration in your voice says, I'm looking for a man who will make me feel safe, and I don't mind if he controls or dominates or is narcissistic and doesn't see me. As long as I feel safe, I'm willing to make that trade. Now, if you had a mother who wasn't warm and who wasn't there for you, you are constantly searching, if you're a man, for a woman to rescue, to feel safe so that you can get that love and adulation. But then that neediness in her voice, in her vibrational field, finally pushes you away and you become avoidant to love. If you're a woman and your mother didn't nurture you, then you are constantly searching for streams of love and nurturing, and you are looking for your own balance of receiving love. Because obviously your mother could not give love because she couldn't receive it. So I'm saying a lot of information quickly here because I believe that we all know this, but I wanted to touch upon the points. And so it's family first, father void, mother void, masculine, feminine, trauma in our bodies. Pia Melody, in her book on codependency, has written this very, very clearly if you want to learn more about how these patterns evolve. But what is difficult is how to change inward, old, subconscious vibrations that keep us on someone else's merry-go-round because we feel that we can breathe and take in their vibrations and be whole. There's only one way that we can be whole. And these people will spin us on their merry-go-round so fast till finally we spin out dizzy, realizing, I have been in someone else's movie now, and I've even co-opted my nervous system, my sleep, my money. Everything becomes compromised because the codependent cycle will take you to the bottom of the root of the unconscious belief that I need this person and be in their life to get this vibration. Now the good news is we can get our own vibration and we can ask Source. That's what all of these meditations are about, the Be the Light meditation. Every time we go through the 3 points, I ask and intend to set a sacred space. I put myself into a whole lot of balance. I push everyone else's energies and vibrations out. And I ask that if I have a missing vibration, something that I have come here to learn, I am commanding that I finish the cycle of drama and trauma with other human beings. I am finished with that. I simply ask that I receive an orb of energy and light from Source, guided by my angels, to come down and to repattern. So if there's a place in my heart as a female that can't receive and just keeps trying to receive but keeps dodging it and not really receiving it, or a male wounded by his mother who can never stand in his masculinity, he's emasculated, that he can bring that vibration in. Oh. A little example of that is sometimes I will have a man on my massage table and I will be singing, and his higher self is saying, bring in the vibration of the Divine Mother so he can feel what it is like to feel safe and comforted. So I sing into that man's heart, and often they open their eyes and they're very confused And the first time their heart has been touched with feminine love, they look at me like, oh, do I love Jan? Do I love this woman? It's almost like the Disney movie, la, 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 la. And I say, you are being touched with the vibration of the highest feminine juice. This is yours to have all the time, and you never have to chase skirts anymore for this. And they just laugh because men chase skirt. They want that feminine juice and passion, but just think if they are filled, then they can enter a relationship in a mature way to look at all the features of their personalities to see if this is a good partner for me. And think of all the women that don't have to have their hearts broken because hoping for love, they open their hearts and legs a little too soon. So everything is vibration. And we are going to approach this vibrationally. And I'm going to show you the chart that I made the other day. And I had a wonderful woman, her name is Arien Sarris, point this out to me. And even though it's backwards, I'm going to show you. If you are a person who has allowed yourself to become emotionally upset, emotionally enmeshed with your happy feeling or feeling of success in the world, has been co-opted or enmeshed or redesigned, if you have had emotional trauma with another person, it means that you have plugged your energy field over, but they have corded you, that you are trying to receive energy from them, and they are trying to receive energy from you. And the minute they have a thought about you, your energy field gets ignited, especially if it's angry. Even if they're saying they're being nice, we now know that thoughts just don't evaporate. Our thoughts go over and they actually hit that person. They ignite that person. So if you already have an electric cord in, it's like a shock, putting your finger on a hot cord like this. So the first thing is unplug. Unplug the cord. So that's what we're going to do in our meditation today. We're going to mentally unplug. In our meditations, we always go into the Merkaba and we remove everybody's energy. But today, we're going to powerfully unplug from any person that we feel that we are trying to get their vibrations, something we don't have, or they're trying to get something they feel they don't have from us. So unplug first. The second step is plug in yourself. And so Arien showed me this chart, and what is amazing is that I had never thought, she said a 3-prong plug. 3 plugs with 3 prongs, physical, mental, and emotional, will go from your body, your energy field, and I'm saying your heart. It's backwards, so it's a little bit hard for me. Okay, see, I want to do this way, not go the other way. But your heart wants to send out plugs to universal source. Okay, so we're going to do it in meditation, but I want you to cognize it first so it's easy when we do it. You are going to first unplug from others, and we are going to plug our heart into universal source. Then we are going to ground ourselves and put the plugs down in the earth, and that is here. These 3-prong plugs in a tripod. And a tripod, no one else can knock it over. Even if they're sending negative thoughts to you, it is so powerful that they can't knock you over. Now, the 3 plugs in the middle here are plugging into all the dimensions that your consciousness is present in. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 10th, 11th. It depends on what type of a being you are here as a messenger on earth. So we will be doing this. And the next thing is to protect. That's what this purple line is to, this way, little dyslexic here, this is not easy, to protect your energy field with a geometric Merkaba so that you are protected. The final step is this golden circular vortex here. right in the middle. See how that's pushing up energy out. If someone has a thought and it's gotten into your field, or you start thinking about them and worrying, imagine that you have a golden vortexing spiral to bring their energy out of your energy field. Now, how do you handle this if it is a beloved, someone you want to stay married to or be in relationship with? Now, this is the question, because we do not fix other people. They must use their own will and create their own vibrational field. You can ask that their higher self support and assist them to whatever anger or baggage, and this is in this area up here. In other words, that person, if they're being very angry and toxic, it's because they're shutting off their heart to feeling. And that's why they have to be connected into your energy field, because they are not accessing and opening to their divinity and their goodness. They're keeping their fear, their karma, and their darker shadow energies out of their heart. Many, many men do this who have been hurt in love, and they keep their heart closed. So what you can do for them is just a simple prayer. Ask that their higher self go ahead and drop the little bricks of their fear, karma, one brick at a time into their heart, so they can digest and heal with some of this old energy, and their heart can begin to open and understand. So if you have cut your energy off from a person who has been vampiring your energy, first they're going to be angry. So you don't have to fix that. You just ask that their higher self begin to drop the truth, little truth bombs in their heart, so they can digest it and they can get themselves aligned. They can contact with their higher self, and slowly but surely, just like a vibrational Drano of heaven and divine dispensation through angels, because you don't do the work, the angels and their divine self is dropping this energy into their heart at the rate that they want it to come, that they can manage for it to come. Might not even be this lifetime. That's why sometimes we can keep hoping and hoping and hoping a person will heal and be nice and connect with us. The only place we really ever need to connect with people is in our heart. If you have a partner who you want to connect with sexually, of course, that would be the second chakra. So we do, when we are alert and conscious and having good energetic hygiene, we can not only make positive changes for ourselves, but for those who we have felt that we needed and that we then are like disgusted and angry with, and we forgive the dance and see it for what it is. So let's go ahead and go into the meditation. And then when we finish with this section, we finish the recording and we'll go into questions and answers. So at this point, let's merely shut our eyes. Let's let all the words and stories and concepts rest. We ask and intend to set a sacred space, and we still our minds. We let go of all the different ways that we have danced in relationship, and we compassionately forgive ourselves for whatever has occurred. Each person is walking a courageous path given what we have been raised with. So we compassionately first open our hearts and we forgive ourselves simply for trying to get what we needed. And we forgive others as well. And we understand and accept that it is our own personal responsibility to unplug, to allow others to be on their path and find other people to plug into if they so choose, but to simply be accountable and responsible to look upwards and receive our energy from above. So this is our intention in this meditation. We call in our higher guides, the beings of light, the angelic realms who smile lovingly, humorously over our antics. We ask and intend that we have learned these lessons for the last time. We are claiming that we are done with reactivity, drama and trauma, expectation and attachment in human relationships to the highest degree. Take a deep breath through the nose and out through the mouth. And now we are accessing that higher energetic fuel formula for each of our bodies. We imagine we have a Merkaba around us, that our energy field is stable, and that we can receive a beautiful ball of divine essence. This is simply your vibrational vitamin for the day that holds the lights and colors that can come in and release the clothespins that have been pinching off channels within your body where you have not allowed yourself to receive the vibration of safety in trusting yourself, safety in letting love and feminine nurturing in, safety in understanding other people's dominant controlling behaviors without going into fear because of your background and training. Safety into moving into your own empowerment, having learned, having watched how the energetic mechanisms of true natural power work. Now, what is false power? What is a facade coming from a very not courageous heart? We take all of this learning and we allow ourselves to be repatterned wherever we are in this moment by this beautiful orb of light hovering over our head. So go ahead and breathe it in and have it come down into your head. Have it bathe your head. Have it come into your neck. Have it come into your shoulders and into your heart. Have it bathe all the way down through your body to your toes. And in this place of complete calm and knowing, we ask and intend that you powerfully and permanently pull the plug on any cords where you have been stuck with another human being. Simply imagine that there is a telephone line going into one of their chakras or their energy field, and see yourself physically just pulling it out, saying, I am done with codependency. I am finished with trying to get a vibration somewhere outside of myself. Feel how that feels. Go ahead and take a moment. There may be more than one person. Unplug all the cords. It does not mean you do not love them. In fact, it's easier to love them when you're not feeling their thoughts and their emotions. Go ahead and unplug all the plugs. Now come back into your heart. We've already bathed ourselves in our own vibration, so now we're going to anchor that in. Imagine that there are three beautiful conduit lines of energy, like electrical cords with three pronged plugs. And you are sending them out to the universal source, and you are plugging it in like a tripod. And believe me, this is so powerful. You'll be able to lean on this thought anytime that you are being pushed in the human experience. Feel it plug in. Feel the certainty of being plugged in at the universal realm. Take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. Now we imagine from our central being, our energy field, that we are sending out three plugs, three-pronged plugs, powerfully, out to all the dimensions that we are operating in. We let our higher selves decide what they are. That our plugs powerfully plug in so that we are safe and grounded everywhere that we essentially already are. Places where we operate, get information, cross the timelines, many magical things that with our 3D consciousness are difficult to comprehend and understand. Let this plug in powerfully and feel the sense of stability. It is amazing. We are not taught this in kindergarten. Okay, take a deep breath, and now maybe the most important. Imagine surging through your body and your feet is this cording, three cords that are going to powerfully plug into Mother Earth now. Three-pronged plugs, plugging in. Boom. Feel the circuitry complete, that your entire physical body is imminently grounded and safe. And perhaps for the first time, you may start feeling your solar plexus glowing. Your will now is the dominant will, not another person who has more information, who is dominant or codependent, co-opting your energy. Your will, however, we know that your will is on correct guidance system because it is soothed and guided by your higher divine compass. This gives you a sense of trust. You no longer need anyone else because you are given all the information. You know what's right, and no longer will anybody's anger, shame, manipulative behavior be able to get into your energy field. Remember that we placed initially a Merkaba, the sacred space, so other people's energy simply bounces off. This does not mean that you cannot love other people. It means that other people will see the real you, your absolute authentic resonance, which allows you to attract in and magnetize a person who loved you, not the needy part, not the part with the cord looking for vibrations to plug into. This will attract a healthy, loving person who's in their own light, in their own spiritual core. This is all wonderful news. This is all the way to be for the new world. Feel the joy of this, the empowerment, and the goodness. Now, the beings that we have pulled our cords from, we ask and intend that their higher self assist them to learn to work with and digest any limiting beliefs, karma, or dissonance within their energy field. And we ask and intend that this energy be metered into their heart, one little energetic block at a time, so that they may learn in their own timing and their own way, their path, their timing to be divinely inspired. We understand initially they may be angry at us and confused, and we understand that it is the highest form of love and compassion to model our own energy field in kindness and unconditional love, in truth, just as we truly are. Just let this settle in. Allow them to have their process. And you can repeat this prayer once a day for this person, sending them love. asking for their higher selves to work with their being. And you have done your part. There's no fixing, there's no efforting. It is all for them to work with at this point. Excellent. So we're going to end this meditation simply by creating a beautiful golden resilient egg around your energy field. And just feel this surging new power. For some people, it's like suddenly you have 3 times the amount of energy that you had before. It feels so good to not be reliant upon someone else, but just to share the good things in life, doing activities and love and support and being there without the pull and the trauma, holding our own core of calm, peace, and radiating love. So thank you for joining me today. This is Jan Cercone at Sound and Light Healing Arts, and I hope to see you soon on one of these meditations or in one of the many projects that we are working with. Thank you.